We are going to talk about Them Season 2, The Scare. Now, if you are fairly new to my channel, when I reviewed Them Season 1, that really, really, really got me a lot of subscribers. Like before there was Baddies, there was Them Season 1. Um, I did a whole breakdown on it. I ended and explained really, really propelled my channel, honestly. Now moving to the SIP, my bestie from the SIP. It's usually the other way around. I don't know what's going on over there. I'll just play. It usually gets the other way around. Like I know hella people from Mississippi that's moved to Texas. But bye with Miss Shabu. Anyhow, them really propelled my channel into what it is today. So when season 2 came out, I had full intention, I promise, I had full intention to do a review, an episodic review, and then I binged it. I ended up binging. I'm a binger, okay? I binged the whole season. So I was like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and do a season review. Ended up not doing that. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. So we're going to talk about it now, though. We're going to talk about it now. Not recap by recap, but we are going to talk about a spoiler-free review, and then I am going to get into a little bit of the specifics. So spoiler-free review. I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis. Actually, I don't even think Them had a synopsis, but y'all know Them is an, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? Anthology series. So it's different story every time. Different characters every time, even though this one this season started the same girl from last season, but I digress. Series review, spoiler free season review. I personally like season 1 better. I feel like Little Marvin, the creator, I feel like he took notes and criticism from critiques, because he was, I guess, like accused of doing trauma porn. I hope I didn't finish that word. The video just started. But so that's why a lot of people didn't like Them. I personally enjoyed it. It was, some episodes were a lot. Okay, some episodes were a lot. I feel like we can all agree on that. However, I liked the message and I liked how educational it was, in my personal opinion. So season 2 takes place in the early 90s, I believe 1991, still in Cali. Okay, with, like I stated earlier, new characters. So we're following Dawn, who's a police officer, a detective, and then we're following Edmund, who's an aspiring actor. Now, Dawn is investigating a series of what they believe, what the police department believes to be homicides, and Edmund is just trying to pursue his dreams of becoming an actor. Two completely separate people, two completely separate storylines, of course, until the plot twist at the end. Like I stated, my spoiler-free review, I enjoyed season 1 better than season 2. I felt like, if y'all see down here in the right-hand corner, the actual entity himself, the villain of the movie, the design was horrible. I was like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I was a little bit scared before I saw the man with the red hair. And then I was like, oh, is that it? And it just took away all the thrill. It was just like, oh, okay, now let's just go ahead and wrap this up and let's tie up the loose ends, because I feel like, and honestly, I'm a horror fan. All types, slashers, demonic spirits, all that. I'm a horror fan. And every time they do the big reveal of what the entity is or what the villain looks like or whatever, and it's just like, yeah. Lately it's been like that. And it's like, ugh. Like, have y'all seen Night Swim? I did a review over that. I can't believe I did a review over that and not over this. But that, when they revealed the little scary thing, I was like, I'm sorry. Okay, I digress. If I was to give the season out of 10 stars, I would give this season probably like a 6.5. And the 6.5 is honestly for Luke James and himself. Luke James is the best part. He was the best part of this entire season. When I tell you that man can act, that man can act. And because it's an anthology series and they usually bring back actors to play different characters, I would not be upset if they brought Luke James back for season 3 to do, a different character, because he real life saved this entire show. No tea. All right, now that's my spoiler free. Let's go ahead and get into the spoilers. Drop down in the chat. Well, first off, before we do that, drop down in the chat. Tell me what were y'all thoughts over them, the Scare. If y'all have seen it, what were y'all thoughts? Did y'all like season 1, season 2 better? And now we're into the spoilers, so feel free to flood the chat with your thoughts and your opinions. Now, spoiler review. Kids can't act. Okay, Dawn. Okay, so when Dawn, let's talk about Dawn first, and then we're gonna talk about Edmund, and then we're gonna talk about them together. So Dawn, I personally feel like when I was watching Dawn's storyline, I was bored and unentertained, and I was waiting for them to go back to Edmund because his storyline was just really, really more so interesting. But Dawn is a Black female police officer in LA right around the time with the Rodney King situation. Okay, so Black people at the time are looking at her upside her head like, how could you work for such a police force? And then on top of that, her police force, they don't support her because she's not only Black, but she's also a female. So like double negative. So she is one of those detectives that goes above and beyond to prove, their case. They get really involved and then go through what's going on. And she doesn't have any support from the community nor her coworkers. Okay. Her son even is getting bullied and picked on at school because, your mom's a cop. I mean, I was still up in heaven, okay? At that time, I wasn't born just yet. Give me 2 more years and I would have been on it. But like, not y'all making fun of my mom for having a job. But okay, go off, sis. Dawn is investigating these murders. One of which is a lady from a foster home. She's found contorted underneath a kitchen cabinet sink. Another one is a dealer who is found underneath the floorboard in his home. Another one is ends up where she gets accused for is a little Hispanic boy in the back of the car. And then she didn't see the Asian twins pass away, but then she investigates another crime that was similar. I'm trying to filter my words, y'all. Y'all know YouTube. I'm trying to filter my words. She investigates another crime that was similar to the ones that she's been investigating. Boom. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Edmund because he's more important. Okay, my bad. On Dawn, she also finds out that she's adopted. Boom. Okay, and Pam Grier's character was a complete waste in this series. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. And my baby Iman Shepherd. Okay. Hold on, Iman, because you asking for spousal support. But okay, that's another video for another day. Let's talk about Edmund. Edmund, and y'all don't think I'm crazy, because I like to watch a lot of serials and their documentaries, about their childhood, why they started doing what they did, and then of course so on and so forth, how they end up unalived or in jail. I like to look at those type of documentaries. Okay, Edmund really spoke to my heart because he was an inspiring actor, and yeah, he was weird and awkward, and he was going out for these typecast roles as a Black man. This is what they're casting us for anyways. And that is not who he is. So he was trying his best to act gangster. And it was not giving gangster like. And then the cameraman laughed at him. What was the cameraman name, y'all? Y'all remember his name? Oh, well, the cameraman laughed at him. And that just really, really, really broke my heart. I'm not even going to hold you. So they made me like automatically feel for Edmund and understand why he turned into what he turned into. Edmund also worked at like a Chuck E. Cheese knockoff where he put his all into that role, baby. Talk about dedication, okay? He practiced it on camera and behind the camera. But he ends up getting fired from that job because he was, I guess, momentarily possessed and was walking around with a butcher's knife in his hand. Okay. That's okay, Edmund. That's okay. He gets selected because he got cool with the little desk girl, the little clerk, front desk clerk. for a different role, a role of a horror movie villain. And even though they don't really hire Black people for that, you're going to have a mask on anyway. So try out for this role. You seem so nice and mild-mannered. This will really push the edge, okay? So Edmund does what we call method acting. I'm an actor. What we call method acting. He really gets into his role. He has to become that character. So much so where he scares the bejeebies out of the girl who gave him the script because she thought she was really about to be unalived. Okay. He put on his little mask. He's tempting her. Are you scared? It's like, yes, I'm scared. What are you talking about? Like, snap out of it. That was a really intense scene because I didn't know if he was possessed at that moment or not. But all in all, Edmund's character really upset me. It really touched my heart because he just wanted to be understood. And then we find out that he himself was a foster child because he goes and visits his white foster parents, one of his foster parents, a white family, and he wanted answers from them. Like, why did y'all give me away on my 12th birthday? Yeah, why would y'all do that? And then just to adopt another little Black kid, y'all gonna give him away too? He just wanted love and acceptance and answers. Now, the plot twist of this season, did I skip a part? Oh, yeah, and he also unalived somebody. But, you know, that person laughed at him and stole his girl. So, you know. Justified? No. Surprising? Mm-mm. But the whole time, I honestly thought that because these two characters haven't met yet, Dawn and Edmund, I honestly thought that he was going to be the unaliver that she was searching for. I wasn't wrong. Not completely. So let's go ahead and get into the plot twist. The plot twist. Edmund goes to Dawn's house in 1989. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he doesn't say directly that, hey, I'm your brother, which I wish he would have done that. But he saw that her life was so good. She was married with a child. She had a nice little house. She has a career, just like her dad, who was also his dad for a period of time before he was given back into the foster system. Baltimore, be more. Are you a Christian? But anyways, I really wish that Edmund just would have told her, hey, we kinfolk. We kinfolk, we skinfolk. Because she was creeped out by him and she kicked him out. And honestly, that was kind of like the deciding factor of him turning into what he ended up turning into. Oh, wait. I think he already unalived somebody, though, before that. Oh, he was going to go down anyways. Never mind. But that part when he was walking away and she was like, hey, and he turned around and he had like a little bit of glee in his eyes, like, yes, don't you ever come back over here. I was like, oh my God, no. That just really broke my heart. So if I was supposed to hate Edmund, I didn't. If I was supposed to hate him, I didn't. So he ends up unaliving himself, and then the entity took over him. Now, my biggest issue, and he was the one who did do all of the crimes that she was investigating. However, he did them like from beyond the grave. Yeah, y'all know, because he was like an entity at this point now. And he did it in order to help her remember that you are adopted and I am your twin brother. You could have just told her that at the house. Now innocent people are lifeless because you could have told her that at the house. Anyways, I lost my train of thought, y'all. Well, that was my thoughts on them because I can't remember what I was about to say. For real. Oh, their birth mom ended up being the oldest daughter from season 1. Can't think of her name right now. The one who hated her Blackness. Okay. However, a common theme that reviewers, seem to believe in was generational curses. I can see that. I can see that as a theme for this season. However, I really feel like they did not do a good enough job at making that accurate. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because the Raggedy Andy doll, Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. First off, I feel like if we want to do generational curses, this is what I personally feel like should have been done. Y'all know I'm a writer, but I feel like the main characters, Edmund and Dawn, they should have been made biracial because their mama was already battling with her blackness, right? She wanted to be white. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched that she procreated with a white man. And maybe that white man didn't want them little black babies. So she had to give them babies away. Ooh. Oh, right. Okay, right. And that kind of feeds into Edmund and well, with the Raggedy Ann dolls, which we find out, if y'all didn't know already, it's like a kind of like a spinoff of minstrel shows. So a lot of black people didn't like Raggedy Ann dolls because of that. But he was so attached to this Raggedy Ann doll, which is a white doll. Oh, kind of like his mama. Okay, y'all see what I'm doing here? I just feel like the generational curses could have been more in your face and more evident. And then at the very end, the tap dancing man came back and Dawn saw him. So is it the same entity that haunted the family in the first season? Because if so, did he take form of a different person, the redhead man? Because this redhead person, if you think back, like all the people in the hood, all the black people in the hood, they were well aware of this like myth or tale that of this person. Oh, he's watching. They were aware of this person. Okay. And as we all know, the grounds of Compton, anyways, are haunted because of that entity. Okay. And you know, when city lines get redrawn and whoop, whoop, whoop. So I'm thinking it's the same entity, but they didn't make that really known. So that's my issue with it. Season 3 hasn't been announced yet. However, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have one. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take place in the 99s and the 2000s. What do y'all think is going to be the main focal point of them season 3? Please bring Luke James back. All right, so we're off of them. We are off of them, the Scare. Don't forget, if you are just joining the live, make sure y'all give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. What were y'all thoughts about them? Next, we're going to go ahead and head over to Baby Rain.